There's a saying about believing in the numbers. Believe what you see in the numbers. Numbers will not lie to you, and that is true. Who am I to tell you what to do? But here's something I can always show you. That is, if you see the numbers, you get to believe what the numbers tell you over what I say. So, if you're new here, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for joining again. In this video, I just want to share with you what the numbers will really show to you if you can just stick to the game. If you can stick to the process and have a long-term mindset, you will see the reward. Now, we always talk about having a high yield savings account or having a CD or having a brokerage account or even a retirement account. It doesn't matter. There's always an interest that you are given on top of whatever you put down to the bank. Say it's a savings account or whether it's a CD. Well, now, if you take more risks, like investing in stocks or bonds, or just investing in a retirement through a brokerage account, there's a reward for that as well. Stocks, they generally say it returns about 6 to 8% every year. But we're going to stick to conservative numbers and we're going to stick to real numbers in this video, and I'll be sharing that with you on my screen now. Now, let's start with a simple online savings account. This is through Marcus by Goldman Sachs. You can always open yours through Ally. There's so many online banks out there. The reason why online banks are better is because they offer better return on your money. So for example, this is a current online account you can open via Marcus by Goldman Sachs, and you will get about 4.4 APY on your money. Now, just running a simple calculation, and this is something, like I said, it's better to see the numbers than for me to tell you what to do. If we could use this simple online calculator, and we have, let's say you have a retirement, a savings account that you're trying to grow and build, and hopefully you can have a good chunk in your savings account for maybe emergencies, or you are trying to save towards something. This is a good type of account to use for that. In this case, an online savings account, which is a high yield savings account. Now, I have some numbers in there already. So we're starting with $1,000 and we are looking to maybe need this money in 5 years, or just for the next 5 years, want to see what we can put into this account at a rate of 4.4%. Now, of course, you have to understand that high yield savings account, the values will change based on interest rates. In this case, the Fed's fund rate. But if the interest rate goes up in the market or in the economy, then this rate will go up. So it will change maybe month to month, but we're just sticking with this 4.4 for the duration of the 5 years. And we're compounding annually, and we are contributing about $500 every month. And we do the contribution at the end of the month. It's going to change the number slightly if you do it at the beginning or at the end, doesn't matter. But the point here is you stick to this process, you make it automatic, and you contribute regularly. If we do the calculation, we have the ending balance of about $34,654, and we started with $1,000. Total contribution will be $30,000. Total interest will be $3,654. Why am I showing this to you? Let me pull this up. The reason I'm showing this to you is because if you had that same money and you contributed that same amount into, say, an account with maybe Bank of America, Chase, and all these regular, Wells Fargo, into this regular bank account, they would give you literally a measly 0.01% on your money. And trust me, after 5 years, you probably have about $30,010 or something like that, something ridiculous. Now, let's run the same number, but now we're just going to change something different. We're just going to change a value here, and that is the rate of return. Let's assume that this was to contribute into a brokerage account, and if this is a brokerage account you invested in, say, VOO, VTI, or you just invested in the stock market in general, and we're looking at a very diversified portfolio right now. With this portfolio, we're going to assume that you make about 6% and you're contributing $500 every single month. The only difference now is we can still leave it as compounding annually as well. That's fine. And let's calculate that. Now, with the same amount, you're going to end with $36,000. So remember, the first one was about 34. We're going to go ahead with about 36,000. Now, if the stock market does really well and we go up to about 8%, we see more returns on our money. Now it goes up to almost $7,000 in interest. Now, does this tell you anything at all? Does this make you feel like, okay, something could be different depending on how you position your money? Because at the end of the day, our goal is to let our money work for us. Our goal is not to constantly save and put that money into a savings account that is not giving us anything in return. And sometimes if you put your money into a simple savings account, what ends up happening is that you're actually going to lose money due to the high inflation that we have right now. But if you put your money into right type of investments, and like I always say, the stock market is something that it's almost like you have to participate in it. Now, not everybody believes in it. Some people would always think that, it's manipulated and all. And in as much as some stocks could be manipulated, you have a very proven track record of this type of investment. So why not take the chance and let compound interest work for you? And that's the benefit of time. If you know that you have a long-term plan and you have a focus on just sticking to the process, you will be able to reap the rewards of investing regularly and into a well-balanced fund or portfolio, and hopefully the market does well. Now, of course, it's a risk. You can always take that same risk doing the same job, and guess what? Your job and your income may not go up for the next 5 years, or your skills do not go up for the next 5 years. Or if you choose to invest in real estate, what if the real estate crashes? There's always a risk involved in anything that we do, and we have to be able to hold and understand that that risk is something that we have to be okay with. It's just part of the process. Otherwise, it's better we just don't leave the house and not do anything and not take any risk at all. I just wanted to share this to motivate you, to let you know that there is money to be made in the stock market. You just have to have a very good mindset about this and know that you're not trying to become rich tomorrow. In as much as some people may flaunt and say that they have so much money and they are now rich in 2 weeks and 2 months or 2 years, with the stock market, if you are trying to do it the right way without getting burned, well, you have to have a very long-term mindset with it. I hope you found value in this one. I just wanted to share this with you all. And don't forget to drop a like on the video. I'll see you in the next one.